video starting from scratch. In this video, we will go through all the things you will need to learn about using the Scratch website. We have used Scratch for a lot of our workshops, especially our Coding Saturdays workshops. So in this video, we will show you all of the basic things that you will need to know about Scratch. We will look at how you can add a sprite and a background, how you can create your own coding programs using the block code, and how you can create your own animation. As always, you can pause, rewind and fast forward this video. So let's get started and see how we can make our own Scratch coding programs. Scratch is a website that we can use on any device. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm using an iPad, but you can use a laptop, an Android tablet, an iPad, or even a phone to be able to access the website. You will need to load up your internet browser. So on my iPad, this is Safari. And then when you get into your browser, you just need to type in scratch.mit.edu, and that will then take you to the Scratch website, and it will look like this. So to get started, we need to tap on the Start Creating button, which looks like this. And if we tap on there, it will load up our area. Now, what we'll need to do, we will need to get rid of the green box that has appeared so that we can start to put our code on the screen. So to do that, we're just going to come to the side of the green box at the top and tap on the word close. That will get rid of the box for us so that we have our screen like this. And then we are ready to start to code. Our screen is separated into three main parts. On the left-hand side here, we have all of our blocks that we are going to use to code. And you can see they are in different colours because of the different things that the blocks can do. So you can see here as I'm scrolling, the event blocks are yellow, the control blocks are orange, and the sensing blocks are blue. And the motion blocks right at the top are the ones that we're going to start with. We also have the section in the middle where we can add our blocks, and that's where we'll put our code. And then on the right hand side, we have our preview screen. This is where our sprite is here, and this is where any code that we put into Scratch will appear using our sprite. Now, at the minute, we have a cat and a white background, and we want to be able to change this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down to the bottom where I have my sprite in a purple box, and in the corner we can see a bin with an X on it. We're going to tap on there, and that's going to get rid of my sprite in the box, in the preview box. So now I'm going to come down to the little Add Cat button. There we go. And if you tap on there, it will bring up a menu above, and we are looking for the magnifying glass. And if I tap on there, it then brings up all of the different sprites, which just means characters that I can use. And there are so many different ones that you can choose from. In the session, I used Gobo, so I'm just going to use him again today. So I'm going to tap on him, and he will now appear in my preview area. And then at the top of the middle section where we put our code, we can see Gobo is there as well. So I have my Gobo. So now I need somewhere for Gobo to live. And this is where we can put our background in. So I'm going to come down to the right-hand side again. And you can see we've got the cat button that we used before. But this time we're going to use this button. This is the backdrop button. And again, we are just going to tap on that little magnifying glass. And this is going to bring us up now our backgrounds, our backdrops. So you can go through and you can have a look to find a backdrop that matches your character. I'm going to go with this space one. So there we have Gobo now in space, ready for me to code. Now in our session, we had a question to see, could we change the way our sprite looked? And yes, we can. So let's quickly do that now before we start adding our code. In the top left-hand corner, there are 3 buttons. There is a code button, and then next to that is a costume button, and then finally there is a sound button. And if we want to change what Gobo looks like, if we tap on the costumes button, it will then bring up different versions of Gobo down the side with different expressions, and we can then change what Gobo looks like. So I'm just going to go to the top here. I need to then tap on a part of Gobo that I would like to change, and then I can change the colour of Gobo to any colour I would like. So let's go purple. Now you will need to do each part individually. Oh, let's put that back to purple. There we go. Tap on his arm. And I think I might give him some blue feet. There we go. Now you can, if you want to, change each one of these individually. So I can go on and I can change these. I'll leave his arms red and just give him some turquoise feet on this next one. And then the bottom one, tap on him, and again change the colour by just tapping on that colour there. And then tapping on each part, and you can be really creative and choose whatever you would like for your colours. You can change the outline if you'd like to as well. It's all up to you. Now the reason I've changed all 3 there is because we are going to have a think about how we can animate him later. And then if we want to get back to our code, all we need to do is to come to the top, tap on that code, and it will now take us back, and you will see Gobo has changed, and we can see what he looks like there. So we now have our background and our sprite ready to code. To make our sprite move and interact, we need to use blocks. And on the left-hand side here, we have some blue blocks that are motion blocks. And if I just grab a hold of one and pull it over into our main area, you can see that if I tap on that block, Gobo will then start to move. And you can see if I change the 10 to a bigger number, say 50, if I tap on there, he moves in a bigger step. Now, just to let you know that at the minute, Gobo will always move right. If we want him to move left, all we need to do is in the number section, we just need to change that to -50. So now if I tap on the block, he will then move left. So let me show you that again. So I'm going to put a block on this time and now change that. So this one, if I tap on it, will now move him right. And if I want to move him left, I just have to tap on the one that has the minus button. We can also put buttons in that help us to turn our Gobo. So if I tap on here and tap on the blue box, it will then, so you can then see that Gobo is rotating and moving around. And just like before, I can change that number to make it a bigger angle, so then he can turn round quicker if you'd like him to. Another one of my favourite blocks in here is this go to random position block. And in here, if I just tap on the block in the workspace, every time I tap, he just disappears and moves to random places on our workspace. So that's a good one too. Now, at the minute, all of these blocks are separate. So we can have Gobo doing anything we like, but we are in control and it is just one step at a time. What we can do now is a bit like Lego. We can build the blocks together to make code. Let's make our first code. I'm just going to put some of these blocks back into the box because I'm not going to use those ones for the minute. Leave that one there for the time being. And this time I'm going to do a events block. So this is when my green flag at the top is clicked. Then, just like Lego, I'm going to add these blocks and click them together so that they are stuck together. So I'm going to go, when I press the green flag, it will go to a random position. Then I'm going to get it to turn. Let's do 45 degrees. And then, because we changed the costume before, I'm going to scroll down to the purple blocks. There is a button that says Next Costume. So I'm going to choose that button. And you can see now, if I tap this code, you can see where it goes to a random position, it turns, and then it changes colour. So watch again. Perfect. Let's get him back into the middle. There we go. So now, if I press my green flag, that's what it does. And you can start adding in other things. What about getting your sprite to say hello? Now, at the minute, our code is just happening once when I press that green flag button. Let's see if we can make an animation. So at the minute, we just have our sprite that when we press that green flag button, it will just do the code once. There we go. And I have to keep tapping that green flag button. What I can do is I can use a loop button. And I can take this block and grab it, a forever block, and put it into the top, and basically it cuddles all of the code inside. So now if I press my green flag button, oh my goodness, it's going all over the place. Let's press the red stop button. So maybe I need to put a wait block in there so that it's not going over and over and over again all of the time. And to do that, in our control block, right at the top, there is a wait 1 second block. So now if I put this in the bottom and press my green flag, there we go. It's a lot slower this time, which is really good. And that will now go on forever until I press the red stop button. You could, if you wanted, is using the same code, just change it slightly, we call that tinkering, and create like a whack-a-mole game. So instead of having that forever loop, what we can do is we can break the code and then just pull the code apart and pop it back in the box. And then this time, in our events block, we could do when the sprite is clicked. And then what would happen is, if I tap on the green flag, nothing happens because my event block says when I click the sprite. So if I click the sprite, there we go, it's a bit of a whack-a-mole message. And it moves around. And once you've played with Scratch for a while, you could even do it where you have a game and you have a score. And if you would tap the wrong sprite, you could then take some points off. So it's a great way of being able to have a play and see what you can do with your sprite. You might just want to be able to share your video with friends and family. So to do this, we can do a screen recording. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm sharing my screen with you. So to do this, what you would do is you would put your code into full screen by tapping on this button here. It makes it nice and big for us. And then we need to record our screen. So to do this, we need to make sure our screen recording button is available. So we come into our settings, we go to Control Center, and then in my Control Center right at the top, I have my screen recording button. If it is not there, come down to the section below and it should be here, and all you would need to do is to press your Add button and it would then come up to the menu at the top. Once it is there, you can then swipe down from your battery and choose the screen recording button. Now mine is screen recording at the minute because you can see it flashing, but if you tap on that button, it will allow you to record and start recording and add your microphone on if you wanted to. Or you can see where mine is now, press stop recording. And that will allow you to make a video of your screen here that you can see. And if I just start tapping and playing whack-a-mole, that then records my video, and then all I would need to do is to tap on the little red button in the right hand corner. So once you've got to this part and you've recorded your video if you want to, all you would need to do is to tap on the icon in the top right hand corner, which is the 4 arrows saying go back to where we were, and this then takes you back to Scratch where you have done your code. And if you wanted to start again, you could just tap on the Scratch button and it takes us back to where we are. And there are also all of these little games that have been created by other users that you might want to have a look at with your adult. We hope you have found this recap video useful. If you would like to attend this session live, please visit our workshop page on the Discover Digital part of our Family Fund website, and you will be able to book a session that works best for you. And we really look forward to seeing you there.